For practice 3, I'll be explaining the logic of consequence and the logic of appropriateness, and also give examples of why the Chinese people possibly lied about the spread of COVID-19 within its borders. So first off, the logic of consequence and the logic of appropriateness is a means of analysis that will help in understanding situations and the actions of people, state, and other actors. According to Dr. Groh's lecture and his notes in the syllabus, the logic of appropriateness is derived from what is basically a person's past and how they were conditioned to follow certain rules, and how to follow basically how to follow unsaid rules or agreements. And according to the paper by Martin Schultz, their definition is the logic of appropriateness is when a person follows the rules relevant to the situation. So moving on to the logic of consequence. The logic of consequence is outcome driven. So it is not really opportunism. It is strictly acting out based off of what could happen if they were to do this act. So moving forward with the explanation of why the Chinese people likely lied about the COVID-19 spread within its borders, one explanation of logic of consequences would be that they didn't think anybody would find out. And another thing of why they would was they wanted to make the Chinese government look strong. They wanted to make the Chinese people look strong. They wanted it to make themselves look better than the rest of the world and how they were handling the situation, and how maybe possibly which it did eventually spread, of how the other countries could not respond to it. Also, for the logic of appropriateness, the Chinese government may have been following a protocol or rule that they made up inside their government, that if the COVID-19 virus did spread within its borders drastically, that they would lie about the numbers. So it could have been an agreement, and which means that the logic of appropriateness is not always altruism. It's not always doing the good thing. It just might be following the rules. So it would make the Chinese people look stronger, make them look like they can handle things better than other countries, even though that may or may have not been the case. Overall, these are the two explanations from the two different points of view of why the Chinese people would lie about the spread of the COVID-19 virus within their borders, from the perspective of law of consequences and law of appropriateness, which did not, just like the other means of analysis, it is not always the right answer, but it does narrow them down and gives the best explanation. Thanks.